Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Thursday, November 15th, 2012. Thanks for tuning in. Let's jump right into the charts here. We'll start off with the usual S&P 500 E-mini futures. The futures are starting higher by about 2 points to 1355 per contract. That's a decent little pop in the futures considering the U.S. dollar index is higher by 11 cents this morning. But once again, the markets were toasted and roasted yesterday, and to see a little small reflex bounce in the morning is not really a big surprise. Markets in a confirmed downtrend, and basically every day by the closing bell we see lower prices ahead. So again, really, you're looking at an early bounce. We'll see if it can stick, but again, you can't make too much out of this. This is the first time I think in a while that we've seen options expiration. This coming Friday is options expiration, and the market has been going straight down throughout. That's a little bit unusual. So you could see some bounces, but again, bigger powers may be at work here. So again, be very, very cautious with this market. Let's take a look at the U.S. dollar index. You'll see that the dollar is trading sharply higher today, up by 11 cents. That's a decent little move to 81.21.5. Was trading as high as 81.24. So the dollar is still holding up pretty well. Wild action in the dollar yesterday we saw, but today the dollar seems to be a little bit more calm, but it is up by 11 cents at the moment. So when the dollar's up, remember the market's down. It will have much more effect once the opening bell rings at 9:30. So keep the dollar index chart front and center at all times. Let's take a look at a few other things out here today. We'll talk about some news quickly. Last night, the Shanghai index was down 1.2%, so that's a major decline there for the Shanghai. You did have the Nikkei up almost 2%, and that's on some rumors that the central bank is going to debase the currency again, so they're going to print more money. But the Nikkei index did have a big move, so Japanese ADRs could be strong today if the U.S. markets are strong. If the U.S. markets are weak, then look for weakness in the Chinese ADRs. That's pretty much the way it goes. Looks like China also had a leadership change. Okay, that happens, I guess, every decade or so, but they did have a leadership change. And German economic data continues to be weak. Looks like Spain GDP is a little bit weaker. You also had, I believe, German GDP and French GDP coming in just slightly above expectations, so nothing big there. But Spain continues to contract, and that is the next country on the hot seat. So we'll see how that plays out. All right, there's going to be a lot of economic data at 8:30, so let me get right into some stocks here. But at 8:30, you're going to have weekly jobless claims report. You're also going to have, I believe, CPI and some other reports. Empire Manufacturing and Philly Fed Manufacturing. So you have a lot of economic reports at 8:30. So let's get right into some stocks. Let's take a look at NTAP. NTAP is catching a bid today. Stock closed at $27.12. It's a fairly strong gap up. I think there's a fair amount of resistance right here at this $30.16, $30.20 level. After this, though, watch for resistance around $31.36 and then $32.56. Remember, it's a strong gap up, so the big level that you really want to watch for here would be the higher ones, $31.36 and $32.56. Okay, so keep those on the radar. They should both be pretty good resistance, especially $32.56. I think that's a real good resistance level today, even with this strong gap up, because you have a weaker market. Let's take a look at HAIN Celestial. Ticker symbol is HAIN. This is the health food stock. Again, this stock is a fairly strong gap up, but it has come back down to earth at $59. So if it trades, as high as, say, $65.14, even $66.50, I would watch for resistance there. But it's thinly traded this morning, so we really can't make too much out of it. The stock also has a ton of support at $50 if it trades down there. I know that seems far-fetched, but hey, in this market, you just never know. Let's take a look at PETM, which is good old PetSmart. This one is catching a bid today, trading up around 58 and a quarter. Was over $69, 68 and a quarter, was over $69 earlier. This is a fairly strong gap too. I think that 69.75 is going to be resistance. After that, $70.80, and then 72.79. Strong gap up. Be careful on the short side because this is also pretty thin usually, so this thing can overshoot. I'd be careful on the short there. The best bet for the short is 69.75, 70.80 for a short scalp, but you have to be careful with strong stocks, and this is a strong gap up this morning. Let's take a look at Target. Target also reported earnings. Stock's been all over the map. It is now trading at $62.10. Again, max move upside on Target is around 64 and a quarter. If the stock sells off, there's still very good support around $60, even $59.40. So make that $59.35. But that's what you're looking at for Target. It's really in a range more than anything. Walmart also had earnings today. Stock is getting hit. It closed yesterday at $71.31. Today it's trading at $69.15. I think if Walmart closes or opens up below 70, you got to look a lot lower, and I would have to look at the 67.50 level. Okay, so keep that on the radar. $67.50. That looks like a pretty decent level. If that fails to hold, it's going to be $65. So keep that on the radar. $67.50, and then ultimately it's going to be $65 for Walmart. You could see scalp bounces around that area. Let's take a look at Diamond Foods, ticker symbol DMND. This is a strong gap down, broken stock all the way. It's been broken for a while now. I don't think there's anything you can do with this one. Okay, I would just leave it alone, let it fall. There does seem to be some support around $13.15. So if you're an aggressive trader and you want to give it a shot there, that's your level, $13.15. Other than that, I have nothing left. This stock is broken. It's a strong gap down on the daily chart. So realistically, you're looking at $13.15. Maybe it goes to $13, but around there, if you're an aggressive trader, you want to give it a shot, could be a reward there for you. But again, that's still a little bit of a way down from where it is trading right now at $15.20. Let's take a look at Dollar Tree. DLTR is the ticker symbol. This one today is catching a nice little bid. Traded back up to around the 41 level. The stock has a ton, mark my words with a capital T, ton of resistance at 42.11. Okay, 42.11. Watch that resistance level there. If it can get through there, then the stock has upside possibly to 44.70 and maybe even to 45.57. But right now it has to get through that 44.11. It is a strong gap, so there's a possibility you're going to need to see some help from the stock market in order for that to happen. Now let's flip back to the S&P 500 E-mini futures real quick. You see the futures are dipping now, down by 2 points. It looks like the economic data is out. Initial jobless claims rise 78,000 to 439,000 jobs. That is not a pretty picture. We were averaging, I guess, around the 365, 370 level. But nonetheless, jobless claims are atrocious today. And I know a lot of people got to be wondering, what did we do? We voted in the president again. But jobless claims, you have to chuckle at this stuff. I mean, if that number is real, that is just an enormous, enormous number. Weekly jobless claims. It's just amazing to see that. Once again, we'll have to look at it again. But if my eyes serve me correct, I think jobless claims jumped 78,000 to 439,000. They're citing the storm for that. So I mean that's a possibility. They're citing the big hurricane, but that is a huge jump. In any case, everybody, we're going to leave it there for today. I want to wish you all the best. Again, watch the market, watch the dollar. Dollar will tell us everything we need to know. Dollar goes up, the market goes down. It's pretty much that simple. With that said and done, have a great trading day. We'll see you on the charts tomorrow. Take care, everyone.